One of the things that Manjit and I needed to address first and foremost was to make our franchise proposition a more compelling offer to potential franchisees. And one of the things that we were both aware of, and we'd seen very clearly in the marketplace, was that so many franchisors offered complex propositions. They had difficult fee structures, they were taking percentages on this, that and the other, they were taking, riders on printed materials and so on. We really didn't want to go down that route. We wanted to come up with a very straightforward proposition that was completely transparent. So people can come in, they can understand what we're at very quickly. They know what they will be paying in terms of management fees. We're completely upfront about it. Everyone knows where they are. And there is only that one fee to pay.
In terms of our model, we do say to people, we do want you to work from a serviced office initially, simply because to keep your costs down. You meet landlords at the property, you meet tenants at the property. You don't really need to have that initial high street setup. This business pretty much is all about being visible on the internet. It's great advertising in a newspaper, it's great having the flyers, it's great having the traditional way, but you've really got to be online as well. We kept our costs very, very low. To get into the Redstones business, the franchise fee is $11,995. That gives you license to use the brand and gives you exclusive territory. The territory is 100,000 chimney pots, which is a much larger territory than some of the competitors. Most of the competitors give you 60, 70,000, but we actually give you 100,000 chimney pots. So the franchise fee is $11,995, and there's a package, a turnkey package of around 8 to 13k on top, and that is everything you need to get a business up and running. So that is the training, the software licenses, your to-let boards, your stationery, merchandise, key rings, pens, and your ALA course. There's a bit of a budget in there for PCs, laptops, cameras. There's also a budget in there for a franchise agreement solicitor to have a look over the franchise agreement. So all in all, you need about 20 to 25k, but we reckon more than 20k rather than 25. Most people have iPads, most people have laptops, most people have good cameras now.
A lot of franchises, it's a voyage of discovery. As you go down the process, you find it's more money for this and more money for that. But what we're saying right at the outset is, look, it's going to cost you around about £20,000 or £25,000 to get involved, and that's for you to set up in business with everything that you're going to need. So if you've got things that we believe need to be introduced, well, we don't want you to buy them again. We're not trying to make any money out of getting you in business in the first instance.
Well, ultimately, the concerns were sort of, I suppose, twofold. One was very personal. I gave up a job where I was on an executive salary package with all the fringe benefits, perks, company car, BMW on the driveway, etc. But my burning desire to want to work for myself, and what impressed me about Redstones, where my fears were sort of eased, was that there was never a pressure that you need to be in a shop front. You need the best part of £35,000-40,000 just to set up the business. And when I was speaking to other franchisees and other companies, because this is what I decided that I ultimately wanted to do, I was determined to do it. It was a bit of a hard sell. It was either very simplistic, here, sign on the dotted line, when are you going to sign? Otherwise it was, yes, this is what we do. Very, very professional organisations, letting agencies, tried and tested, but you have to be in a shop front and you've got to evidence that you've got £50,000 to put into this. Redstones were totally different. So you can be, if you've got the money to go to a shop front, that's always going to be a positive thing. But even if you need to be in a serviced office, it's not a problem. And where Redstones clearly explained the difference was, we're in the age of the digital platform, tablets, iPhones, etc. 95% of people search for properties, whether looking to rent or buy, or vendors, on the internet. You don't ultimately need a shop front if that's the route you want to go down. So the flexibility was there and the advice was there. And I found that very comfortable, very easing, and ultimately helped my decision to go for Redstones.